Welcome back to the Roots and Culture Podcast, Episode 3.
God willing, Sha'aili Alimba Mumpopo. It's a meditation out of love and greatness be unto you. And definition is God willing. That's an African term where we use, we introduce ourselves to the world so they know who we are and they should know who they are. Yeah. At the moment we are in Goa, a beach in India, somewhere I never know a little ghetto boy like me would have reached one day. Well, I was introduced to the Goa festival, music festival that's going on, Goa Fest, Some Fest, by my manager. Said it was a good idea to go and, network and, catch a vibes, It's a beautiful place to be musically, and they have absorbed a lot of reggae music here, so it's very good to come by and, see what's going on and things. Get a feel of the international market.
And what's your perception of India so far?
The food tastes good enough.
Food?
Yeah, the food tastes good. My perception of India so far is that the food tastes good.
Yeah.
I like what I go on in the food department. I'm a vegan for over 10 years, and 75% of India is vegan. Or they consider themselves, within that perimeters. So to be able to be eating and not have to check the food every minute and not have to double check the menu, that is a great thing. Well, venue, because it's vegan.
You're a long way away from home, God willing. What's your impression of reggae, dub, poetry in India?
Good question. I never know the power of it until traveling. Reggae to me is my grandmother play music in the yard. That's all reggae is to me. And I tell me, say, you don't know who this is, This are from before you were born. And, this are Alton Ellis and this are D. Brown and Bob Marley and Big Youth, and she called some whole heap of name when me would have never known. And we just sit down and just eat some tin mackerel and rice or some chicken back and, some dumpling and thing. And yeah, that was reggae for me. But then seeing that other cultures have adapted to what reggae is, that they have their own genre of reggae, like a subculture of some sort, to see so many reggae music being produced in other places of the world where it's almost worshipped. It's almost being used like how Christian people use gospel music. It's almost being used just the same. To see that people actually wake up to the music, go to sleep to the music, and use it in their life as a lifeline for themselves, as some inspiration, motivation. It's still hard to explain to see what I'm seeing, but it's still hard to explain. That's just the most I can go so far. So,
especially in a country where they're very ethnocentric.
Yeah, and homogenic. If I'm using the right big word.
Homogeneous.
Or homogeneous or so.
Yeah.
Because these people, they are not really affiliated much with the culture of Jamaica in terms of Jamaican people, but they are affiliated with the culture of Jamaica in terms of the music. So you'll find that you can have a conversation with somebody and they'll be in the musical essence of describing everything about you and your country without ever being in your country or speaking to anyone from your country or your culture. So the music does that. But like it is, music is a message, and message music will always be powerful. So from the dub to the ska to the poetry to what we call reggae now today, it's just amazing to see how much contact people have made with it and create their own life around it.
Especially coming from a country of 3 million people and influencing
a country of 1 billion.
1 billion. Impressive, isn't it?
No, it's past impressive, because it's like I talk about a swimming pool compared to an ocean. You learn to swim in the swimming pool, and then you realize that the ocean have a bigger space out there. But I'm just a swimming pool, and there's so many different elements out there in the ocean, man. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Seems India just picked up the reggae fever less than 20 years ago. But
That also is amazing. Because it doesn't seem that way. It seemed like reggae was here for as long as we have had reggae in Jamaica. And then the connections and the historical connections make you not believe that sometimes as well. Because guess what? When I learned that ganja was introduced to Jamaica by Indians, then I was thinking that, alright, we already had some form of intertwine in our culture. But to learn that reggae music only came here like 20 years ago, I was like, but they gave us ganja almost 100 years ago.
and the sagus with the locks.
And the lax.
Come
You
from the
understand?
sagus.
And sitting down in the yoga situations and the exercises, we got all that from India. I thought Rastafarianism identity with lax was a Jamaican thing. I didn't realize that it was an Indian thing.
Yeah.
I've yet to meet as much people in Africa that can explain to me from their tribal background or ethnic background where lax is intertwined in their day-to-day life as I have met in India. So much lax man in India, I never know. Say, at one point, me I say, I follow Bob Marley. Not realizing that these people are for thousands and thousands of years have lax, and some of their gods that they worship and so forth also has lax. So it really goes as far back.
So culture transcends borders. Yes?
In so many ways.
So many ways.
Regional, as they said, it's not the border that the white man create, but the region that was there before them.
Projects are you working on right now?
Upcoming project is the EP that is called, Rude Boy Skanking. That was formerly called My Father's Africa, but we have to change it to Rude Boy Skanking, because you know it go. We have to make sophistication meet gangsterism, you know. Girls like bad man.
How do you reconcile Rastafarianism with badness?
Well, it's a rebellious thought that bring about Rastafarian as it is in Jamaica, and it took on a life at its own. So it's not really a badness, it's just a we were rebelling that we no longer wanted to have everything to be underneath the colonizer's umbrella. We no longer wanted to read from the white man Bible, and we don't want to go to the white man church, and why can't we have somebody black as our representative? And so when Haile Selassie came into the picture, and you know, everybody made their own definition of it, you know, it just shows that alright then, you know, we can rebel against the Jesus that is not coming by using the Haile Selassie, Emperor, Lord of Lords, Kings of Kings, conquering Lion of Judah, who has come. So your Jesus now come, but my Selassie forward and there. So why not? You know, so it's just a rebellious thing, and not really it's a badness. It's just we just being revolutionary people.
India is mostly Hindu majority. India is also the second largest Muslim country in the world. Do you think Rastafarianism can get a foothold in Indian culture?
I would say no.
Music.
I would say no, and I tell you why I would say no. It's tribal. It's not religious, and Rastafarian is not a religion. So it's never going to ever have a foothold as a religion anywhere. It's always going to be a movement. And whenever the people decide that they want to find themselves and seek themselves, they'll always go to Rastafarianism. And it doesn't, and you don't have to leave your religion. That's the thing, because it's not religion. So you can still be a Muslim, you can still be a Hindu, but you can always have a Rastafarian mindset. Because remember, so Rastafarian say love everyone and everything and accept people for who they are. So you wouldn't really need to have a Rastafarian foothold anywhere. You just need to have a Rastafarian mindset. And that should be able to conquer all.
So you attended the Goa Sunsplash 10th anniversary, the biggest reggae festival in Southeast Asia, arguably in Asia. What were your thoughts?
Amazing. That was the first thing that come to my mind. Again, shock, because I'm not in an English-speaking region of the world. I'm not in a sub-African region of the world, like an African outpost like we would have Jamaica to be. Yet still these people are absorbing our culture, and they are keeping reggae festivals and so forth. So it's still shocking to
Does
see.
it make you proud as a Jamaican?
It makes me very proud of reggae music. You know, because Jamaica is a collective that white Englishmen and white Spanishmen put together. But reggae music is something that black African former slaves made. So it makes me proud of reggae music, because we have to stand apart from what they tell us that we are identifying as. So we identify as the messengers and the carriers of the music of His Majesty, which is the people's music, reggae music. So yeah, I'm very proud of reggae music.
The festival crowd was quite diverse.
Yeah, a whole heap of white people in there. More white than anything else, if you ask me, and Indians and so forth, and a few Indians that don't want to get too much into it, but a lot of them don't identify as black, though they are. You know, they say they are Indians, they are not black, and some will tell you that, hey, we are black. But yeah, again, very proud to see that reggae music has made an impact, where people of all different background, white, blue, Indian, Chinese, come around and decide, say, hey, you know, we are going to adore reggae music and love it for what it is, not for the color and the texture of the skin. So to see a crowd like that, you know, it was a great collective.
How is the weed in India?
Say that again.
How is the weed in India?
Oh, you know, I'm get a spliff, I'm not telling you, like ganja come from India for true. I think I got a regular spliff, just a regular spliff, but it was irregular. You know, it was very irregular. I take 2 puff for a fight, and yeah, I'm puff it in my pipe, you know. It's bad.
What's your goal from here after seeing how impactful your music is, your poetry is, and people in India loving you?
I would love.
What's the takeaway?
I would love to actually be able to contribute back to the music, back to the culture, as it does to me, by empowering myself and others to continue the journey. And should we be able to one day keep these kind of festivals and these kind of shows going on a calendar, where instead of an annual show, we have something that's going on at least probably 2-3 times a year. And if I could have my own poetry fest, my own reggae fest, jam fest, whatever it is, I would definitely love to contribute back that into the culture. That's what I get from this. It's so beautiful and nice.
What did you like about this festival that you will export to Jamaica or import into Jamaica?
The sound system, man. We need to bring back sound system vibration at Jamaica, man. It is there. It's not absent, but it is not being explored as much as how it should be. You know, like sound system is where it begins. You know, we couldn't have this music around the world if it wasn't for the sound system then. And here we do the whole thing in a go and we see what go on the thing. Sound system.
So ironically, Indians are preserving Jamaican culture.
Again, shocking, not unbelievable. But to see that, I must say, they have created their own subculture. And because they have created their own subculture, that's what's beautiful about it. So it's like reggae in India, Jamaica in India, put it that way there.
The headliner was Luciano. Are you surprised that they were able to pull that off?
No, because the messenger have always been that kind of person. He has earned my respect through his music, not through anything else, but his music. I want to say maybe 2011, 2010 was the first time I actually listened to a full catalog of Luciano's music. And from then, I honored and just respect the work that he has been doing. So for them to have a festival like this and a man like him not being here, that would have been there missing out on something great. One of the pillars of reggae at the moment right now, carry it on. So it was only greatness.
The Jamaican ambassador to India was here at the festival, gave a speech, gave a citation. That kind of shows you the level of importance.
Again, goes to show that we are sleeping on Jamaica. You understand? Can you believe there's an ambassador here in India as representative for Jamaica? So maybe there's more things that need to be implored, and ways of how we can trade not only music, but maybe economical balances can come out of it as well. Maybe there's other things that we have that can be traded here and they have that can be traded with us. In the wider diaspora too, not only say Jamaica as the island, but Jamaicans and the entire Caribbean, so to speak. Because why can't we trade with other, international bodies aside from the North America and the Europe and so forth? And
We shouldn't be afraid to expand markets.
no, because why? Why is it that we can't just have a conversation and find trade routes with everybody else? That's what Marcus Garvey was saying. We don't need to be dependent upon those who are our slave masters, but those who are also our friends. And those who have been through what we have been through can easily identify with us as well.
Do you think the current state of the music in Jamaica will allow for expansion? Do you think it will be loved the same way people of reggae?
Well, the current state of music in Jamaica is dancehall, and it is being exported well, and it is being marketed well. So that should be the formula to show you that anything can be exported well in terms of the music that we have in Jamaica.
Despite a lack of unity in dancehall?
No, the formula of the exportation of it and the marketing of it, not the formula of the development of it. You understand? Because Jamaica has always been a place where people can look for their entertainment, so to speak. You understand? It's just that now it's dancehall. Tomorrow it can be poetry. It can go back to ska. Maybe even mentor. But at the moment, would I love to see reggae get that kind of push there as well. And love to see the efforts being put in for more, more of the music there in terms of some of the producers them can push out some reggae beat.
Do you think the quality of the music is linked to the quality of the producers?
No. As a novelist, as a storyteller, writer, composer, I could never say that. Because a lot of time me myself get some beats from some different people who have nothing to do with reggae music, and I find the lyrics to place on the beat, to place on the rhythm, and send the message just the same. So a man cannot be all R&B or hip-hop, reggae, rap business, dancehall producer, and him send a beat come. I say slow it down a little bit. I say, you know what, just put some drum and bass in it. And me turn it around and send the message in it and make it get a nice reggae vibration out of it. So producers, yes, can contribute to the fact of how it can go in the direction, but it's really based upon the artist.
What's next for God willing?
I'm going to look at a plate of food.
I heard.